So hi, it's Mel Carson here at Search Engine Strategies New York 2013, and I'm joined by Dixon Jones from Majestic SEO.
I think what's new is the size of our data set is continuing to grow. We're starting to establish ourselves as the dominant player in link information, the best links provider. And we've just started linking up with webmaster tools, so now you can start verifying your sites a lot easier, and it's a lot easier for everyone to get involved. So that's taken off quite well.
So 4 trillion plus URLs in the database. We could call that big data, I think.
We can, yeah.
How should marketers be using it?
Well, one of the things that we're doing, as I say, we're linking bits together. So by linking up with Google Auth and other verification, we can start to sort of link different bits of data together. And I think that one of the things that the SEO industry have a skill set that they've got that they haven't used yet as individuals within the SEO industry is that technical SEOs are really good at taking proxies of information to make assumptions and understand what's happening in the world. Big data is really good for that. So if you can start to analyze data, you can find different bits of information. So, for example, with links, you can sit there and use the number of links going to the Obama website versus the Mitt Romney websites to get some kind of idea as to what those kind of relationships are and how they're building up over time, and maybe predict an election. And I think that sort of stuff is coming home. I've seen here people like Linkdex starting to link together individuals and authors and trying to find meaning within the personal relationships of people. And that's the same sort of thing that we do with links as well, and our trust flow and our flow metrics. So we're following information through multiple layers of links to get some kind of association between a website over here and another one, many links away. And as that gets bigger and bigger and more interesting, I think we're starting to get into much more interesting maths and really interesting territory. So you can really start analysing some good stuff with big data.
So I saw you present in London talking about the geography and maps. Tell us a bit about that.
So one of the things that we did. Actually, we did a little thing the other day. Our French ambassador asked us if we could pull out the top 1,000 sites in France according to our data. So we sort of order these by the number of referring subnets that link to a particular website, but we hadn't particularly got which ones where all the websites were hosted. So our network administrator ran a little program to try and find the top 1,000 websites that are hosted in France, and he left it running overnight. So we ended up with over 100,000 websites around the world, the top 100,000 websites. So we released that as a free Creative Commons license CSV file for anybody. So you can now use that to work out, where the top sites are in any country, hosted in any country. So that's really good. And then the other thing that we do within our Site Explorer, of course, is we have a map showing you where your links are coming from around the world. So you can start working out whether you or any other website, you can have a look at any website and see whether the kind of audience that is likely to be coming is the one that you would expect. I mean, if all of your links are coming from India, for example, then that's not necessarily appropriate if your business is trying to attract customers from Turkey. So.
And I know that you're very agile. Your development team are very quick, turning around new features. What's on the horizon?
We try not to tell too many people about too much on the horizon. What I would say, agile is the word. We do use agile as a development process, and so we've been coming out with new features every couple of weeks for most of 2012 and into 2013. We have got some pretty big ideas that we're working on, but the reason we don't want to say them is because some of them are technically quite challenging, and we're not quite sure how long they're going to go or whether the meaning is going to be there. We're keen to understand the underlying data that we've got and try and expand that into other fields and other areas, and I think that you will find organizations coming along and saying, okay, this data is not just about SEO, this data is real data, and we can take it into a different area. We kind of need to have a champion in between ourselves and another vertical to make that happen.
Well, Dixon Jones, thank you very much. And I'll just throw this out there. Dixon's very hot on social media, Twitter, Dixon_Jones. If you tweet at him saying that you saw this video, I'm sure he'll sort you out with a free trial from Majestic for a month.
Okay, I've got to put a deadline on that, though. You've got to do it before the end of June.
There you go. You heard it here first.